Hello and welcome back to the Commonwealth, everybody. Welcome back to Fallout 4, where today we're going to be taking a look at the top 10 worst perks in Fallout 4, or I guess the bottom 10 perks in Fallout 4. Now, again, perks are kind of strange in Fallout 4, just like in my 10 best video, because you can kind of get every perk in Fallout 4. And picking any one of these or multiple of these isn't necessarily a bad thing, especially once you get to a high level to where there's nothing really else to pick. Your build is already complete and you're just picking stuff because, well, you have extra points laying around. So let's talk about each of these and why I put them here. Coming in at our number 10 spot, we have Awareness. Awareness is the level 3 perception perk. You can get this one twice, one at level 1 and then 2 at level 14. So you can actually max this one out really early on. And this one's not a particularly bad perk. It's just that I find it to be a little bit unnecessary even on the builds that it kind of goes to. So this makes it so you can check enemies' defenses and their damage resist whenever you go into VATS. And the second rank of this actually gets you more damage and more accuracy in VATS. This isn't bad, it's only a 5% increase, so it's not that much, and just going with other damaging perks would be better than this one, which is why it's down here at number 10. It's not particularly terrible by any means, and since it is only 2 ranks, you're not really wasting that many points. And since you can get it at level 1 and level 14 and have it maxed out, you do need to have the Nuka World DLC to actually get the second rank of this. So if you were just going to take the first rank and you're playing the vanilla game, I really wouldn't blame you. If you're even taking it on the second time, it's still not that bad. It's just that it's not really a notable perk. Even for a VATS build, there are better VATS related perks than this one, really no matter how you're building. Coming in at number 9, we have Basher. This is a level 8 strength perk, and this one has 4 ranks to it. This one is available at rank 1, rank 5, rank 14, and rank 26. And this one is a damaging perk, which usually those are quite good in this game. However, this is only with gun bashes, and this actually isn't that terrible. It's just that it's not really the best way to be killing things. This is an okay perk to take if you really like using your guns and you've already maxed out all of your gun things. Then you want to throw a bayonet or throw whatever stabbing / bashing instrument that you have on your weapon and then take this perk. It's actually not too bad then. It's an okay enough perk. And if you're going with specific challenge runs, this might actually be your best way to deal damage. It's just by literally beating something to death with your gun. That still is not going to be as efficient if you're trying to play the game sort of normally, because you could go with something like Rifleman or Gunslinger or anything else really that gives you a specific weapon type damage, and you're going to usually have a better time with that. Basher is really only going to be taken as a backup, or if you're doing a specific themed run where maybe you can only bash things, or maybe where you're trying to use melee attachments only on weapons. And to be fair, there's actually quite a few good ones like that. Like if you take the minigun and put the shredder on it, the shredder barrel, it's actually pretty good for beating stuff to death with. Or if you were going to be taking something like a laser musket and you were going to do a laser musket only run, bashing stuff could actually be a pretty decent option. So taking this does kind of make sense with those particular weapons. But still, if you want to get up close and hit things, melee and unarmed is still going to be better than this. You're going to be able to get more damage, you're going to be able to get more bonuses from this, and you generally have more options. You actually do have a lot of options for guns that have melee attachments to them. So this one is just kind of the more awkward of the damaging skills out of them, which is why it's here. Again, not particularly bad, it's just not as good as some of your other options. Coming in at number 8, we have Lead Belly. This is a level 2 endurance perk, and Lead Belly has made an appearance on basically every one of these lists that I've done for the worst Fallout perks. Lead Belly is just not really that great of a perk. It is far better in Fallout 4 than it has been in previous games. In New Vegas, it's rendered almost completely useless because there's an implant that you can buy for it. And in Fallout 3, there's just not enough radiation to really worry about, so that is also kind of useless. In Fallout 4, there is at least a decent amount of radiation with the radiation storms and with the different foods that you can eat and just getting more radiation as well as radioactive weapons. So Lead Belly makes it so whenever you're eating or drinking, you take reduced radiation. This is available at level 1, 6, and 17, so you can actually max this one out really early on if you would like. And at its max rank, you actually don't take any radiation from eating food or drinking water. That doesn't sound that bad, and on survival difficulty, you could make an argument that this one is really not a bad perk to be going for. I wouldn't prioritize it over other perks though. I think there's much more important survival perks than this one in particular, but this one just doesn't really do enough, especially when you can go with something like Medic, which makes it so your stim packs are a whole lot better, or something like Life Giver to where you can regen HP, or something like Solar Powered where you can regen HP and regen the lost health from the radiation, as well as get bonus strength and endurance. At number 7, we've got another endurance perk. This is the level 5 endurance perk, Aqua Boy / Aqua Girl. Now this one is not bad for the first rank, and this is more specifically specifically for the second rank of it, because this one is available at level 1. You only need the 5 endurance, which is great. Second rank is at level 21. First rank of it makes it so you don't take any radiation damage whenever you're swimming, which is kind of a nice bonus. It's not really necessary because you don't really get that much radiation just from swimming around, as well as it gives you the ability to breathe underwater. That's the more important part of this. Now, there's not a whole lot of places to actually explore in Fallout 4 that would require you to be underwater, especially for any substantial amount of time. So this one isn't way great by itself. It's not terrible by any means, but it's not mandatory in my opinion. The second rank of this is kind of where it becomes a little bit less practical, and the second rank makes it so whenever you go into the water and you're fully submerged, then you're undetectable by everything. That could be useful in some very specific situations. Most of the time you're not going to be in water in Fallout 4. Most of the time you're not going to be anywhere near water in Fallout 4, so you can, duck underneath water to get away in a sneaky way or something. This can be useful if you're just wandering around the Wasteland and you come across something strong, probably Mirelurks, since you're going to be near the water, and you can dip under the water to avoid them, but it's just really not necessary. It's just a perk where the first rank, I can get it. I understand why people might want to take it, because not drowning is a very tempting option. Coming in at number 6, we have another perception perk. This one is the level 6 perception perk called Night Person. Night Person makes another return on these lists. It's almost like they keep making the same type of perks that aren't way strong, but I do like the variety of the perks that are in these games. So Night Person is available at rank 1, 25, and 37. To get the last rank, you do need to have the Far Harbor DLC. And what Night Person does is, between the hours of 6 p.m. and 6 a.m., you have +2 perception and +2 intelligence. This is raised to +3 on the second rank of it, and on the third rank, you get 30 more maximum HP on top of the other bonuses that you get. This one I just don't find necessary. Perception is okay in Fallout 4 because it does dictate how accurate you are in VATS, so if you're doing a VATS build, that's fine. For me, I never use VATS, so it doesn't really affect me, and the increased intelligence can be useful for leveling up a little bit quicker, but at that point, you should probably just be putting points into intelligence so that you can get more out of it. And then the 30 more max HP is good. That's nice. You get more health out of this, but it's just not really going to be as useful as just going with something like Life Giver, which does give you less HP. It will give you more HP in the long run, but less HP with one rank of it. But then that one also lets you regenerate HP, and it doesn't have a time limit on it. It just goes constantly. So that would be a better option than something like Night Person. Coming in at number 5, we have Cannibal appearing on this list, just like it's also appeared on other lists. So Cannibal is a level 8 endurance perk, and this one is pretty much just a meme perk. It's kind of always been a meme perk ever since it was introduced in Fallout. I mean, I think you've been able to cannibalize people in most of the Fallout games. Maybe you could do it in Fallout 2, I'm not entirely certain about that, and I don't remember if you could eat people in Tactics. I don't remember it being in Fallout 1 either, but I wouldn't put it past it to be in Fallout 1 as well. So Cannibal lets you eat people and you get health back from it, at least with the first rank, which is available at level 1, second rank is at 19, and the third rank is at 38. With the second rank, you can also eat super mutants and ghouls, so more humanoid enemies, or I guess they are humans. And then with the third rank, then you just get more HP from eating any of those things. You don't really need to have this. You can just get regular food and regular healing at pretty much all levels. And these are kind of higher levels. At least 19 is a decent level investment just so that you can eat ghouls and super mutants. 38 is, again, another kind of high level investment so that you can just kind of eat stuff and get a little bit more health. You can already do that pretty well with just regular food, especially since you can cook in Fallout 4 and some of the best items are from cooking. So you should probably just do that rather than just be munching on these things. Maybe if you're doing like a survival mod that makes it so it's really difficult to find food or something, then Cannibal could be a whole lot better. Or if you're just going with a very specific build in mind, then Cannibal can work really well. It's just most of the time it's not really necessary. It is good for the world building though, so I will say that. It is really nice for that. Coming in at number 4, we have Cap Collector. This is a Charisma perk. This is actually the very first perk available at level 1, and with only 1 rank of Charisma. You can get the second rank at 20 and the third rank at 41. This one makes it so you have better prices at vendors. You can sell for more stuff and you can buy for more stuff, or you can buy for less, I should say. Better prices all the way around, and with its final rank, it also increases the total amount of money that the vendors will have, giving them an extra 500 caps that they can play around with. This isn't really a bad perk, but money is just not very necessary in Fallout 4, especially if you're playing on the higher difficulties, you're playing on like the very hard of the survival difficulty. It might seem like those are the places where you'd want to have this so that you could buy more meds, so that you could buy more stuff, Not really, because you're more likely to run into legendary enemies and just get better weapons early on. So you can just kind of use that, and that'll carry you through most of the game. Just going for more damage and going for more tankiness is generally going to get you more money in the long run than going with something like Cap Collector. The only way I can kind of see this being really useful is if you were doing a specific challenge, like you're trying to make a whole lot of money in Fallout 4, you're trying to get to a certain limit, then Cap Collector could be a really good option, because then you just going between vendors, you can just sell more, so that's pretty awesome. Going to the DLCs, this could be a little bit more useful if you want to rush certain things, like you're trying to buy all the armor at Far Harbor, or the unique lever action or something, or you want to go buy the splatter cannon in Nuka World. Those are kind of options, but I don't really think that they're all that necessary, and I don't think Cap Collector is really all that great. And speaking of caps, at our number 3 spot, we have Fortune Finder. Fortune Finder is the level 1 luck perk. This one is available at level 1, 5, 25, and 40. And this one just makes it so that you're more likely to get bottle caps from pretty much every source. Again, money just isn't really all that needed in Fallout 4. There's not a whole lot of things you need to buy, as well as they just give you a ton of chems and they give you a ton of ammo throughout Fallout 4. Even if you're playing on survival difficulty, just grab all the chems that you can. You're going to have way more than what you're using anyway, and you can just sell that to any vendor and you'll make all of your money back. There's no real reason to be grabbing these type of perks even when you do need money, unless you're going for a money-specific challenge, in which case it kind of makes more sense. Coming in at number 2, we have Party Boy / Party Girl. This is the level 7 Charisma perk. This one is available at level 1, level 15, and level 37. And this one makes it so once you drink alcohol, at least in the first rank, you can't be addicted to it, so you only get the benefits of it. Okay, that's kind of cool, but why go for this when you could go for Chem Resist, and that covers way more options and has much better side effects than any of the alcohols do. The second rank of this doubles the effect of alcohols, which, okay, that's fine. Then they're actually kind of becoming useful. And then the final rank of this makes it so when you drink, then you get +3 luck whenever you're under the effect of alcohol. That can be kind of useful, especially if you're going with a VATS build. This one is mostly going to be for like a themed run, like you're going on a drunken bender or something, you're being an addict or something like that, you're role-playing as this, or you're just doing a challenge run or something where you have to consume everything that you find, then taking something like Party Boy or Party Girl could be a little bit useful, at least the first rank of it where you just can't be addicted to it. But outside of that, there's just better ways to get all the bonuses that you could get. Like I said, Chem Resist is available, and that one's just 2 ranks, and you can even max it out faster than this, and it makes it so you're just not addicted to anything, or at least chem-wise, you're not addicted to anything, and chems are way, way better than the alcohol. So I would just recommend that perk over this one. And then coming in at number 1, to probably nobody's surprise, is Vans. Vans is the level 1 intelligence perk, and this one is available at level 1 and level 36 if you get the second rank of it. That is also only available in the Nuka World DLC. So the first rank of this just makes it so you can path easier to the nearest quest, whatever quest you have selected whenever you open up VATS. That's not really all that useful since you have a map on every difficulty, and you shouldn't really be getting lost because it is marked on your map, so just consult your map, and that pretty much solves the problem with the first rank of it. The second rank gives you +2 perception, which is also okay, I guess. Perception is good in a VATS build in Fallout 4, but that's about it, and you could have just used those 2 points to put into Vans to put into Perception. I think this one could be better, and I've talked about this on stream, if the second rank of this wasn't just +2 Perception. Maybe if it was +3 to any special stat and it could be distributed among your special stats, because then at least you're not using up more points than what it's worth. You're actually getting a little bit of a bonus from it, even though it might be picked at random. You're still getting something. And I think that could be a little bit more fun and a little bit better. And the other perks in Perception that you usually would want, something like Rifleman or Demo Expert, are available at level 2 and level 5. So you're probably not going to really need to invest that much into Perception if you just want to get those. Again, if you're going with the VATS build, maybe this could be useful, but at the same time, you just put 2 points into Perception at any level, and you would also get the same result. So you're probably not going to wait until you're level 36 to get +2 Perception, unless you just found out that you really like VATS at that level and you have been maxing out everything else in intelligence or something. Tell me your thoughts on this video and tell me your top 10 worst perks in Fallout 4. There's not actually that many bad perks in Fallout 4. Most of them are actually pretty decent, or at least have some purpose in some sort of build. There are a couple, though, like Vans, that just don't really have much of a purpose at all. But yeah, tell me your thoughts. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye, everybody.